What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on this situation that's going on with Shannon Sharpe, and I want to talk about more specifically, like uh, what's the young lady name? Tasha K, right? I heard Tasha K on her podcast say some things about like Shannon Sharpe that I thought, like when people were going through things like what Shannon Sharpe was going through, and for people to really to be to celebrate like the downfall of Shannon Sharpe, I think they gotta be careful with that. Now, with that being said, I'm not really a fan of Shannon Sharpe's, and I don't know if Shannon Sharpe is guilty of these allegations that he faced, right? But like I said, with this young lady, what's her name? Tasha K celebrating Shannon Sharpe down for I think it's a slippery slope, because she will be, she take pride in beefing with people, right? But everybody has a chink in their arm or something that people can use to get at you. And so she has to be careful too that she don't get any she won't be finding herself in these type of situations or have some blowback or something like that. You know, Shannon Sharpe, he's in exactly the same place. Like he critique people. He talked bad about people. He was giving relationship advice and stuff like that. And then look at him now. He found himself in a position where as though, like his career is on the line, and and people are really they kept receipts and they throwing a lot of the things that he said. They're bringing all this stuff back up. He talked about Zion, Zion Williamson, his relationship with I think an Instagram model. He spoke about Anthony Edwards' relationship with an Instagram model, and his baby mother. He spoke on Travis Hunter, his relationship with his fiance. And so now, he's having the same kind of issues, you know, that he spoke up on. And so I heard Tasha K on her show. She said, "Winos, we did it, right?" Celebrating the fact that Shannon Sharpe is going, he's taking a fall. And also, she interviewed like one of his I don't know if his ex girlfriend or ex fiance, and the lady gave some graphic details about like his sex life. And I just think, wow, man, that kind of negative energy and that kind of negative vibe can really right now it just look like she just piling on Shannon Sharpe, right? But that stuff can affect her too, and so that's why I think you got to be careful with that. And I'll give you an example of who Wendy Williams, like Wendy Williams used to do the same thing, and that negative energy and all those negative vibes for all those years, it affects your health. I really believe that part of her part of Wendy Williams situation, her health situation is because she is she just had a negative aura around her, a negative vibe around her at all times, and that really brings that really breaks down your immune system. And so if you have any type of health condition or anything, it'll be able to seep in and take over because you that constant negativity is inside you, and so and that aura is surrounding you. And so that's why a big part of, I think, her Wendy Williams, like I said, Tasha K don't seem to she don't really know that. On Tasha K's show, she'll talk about like how she take her vitamins and and she try to take care of herself. But just because you work out don't mean you can eat donuts. You gotta, like, if you're taking care of yourself, you have to take care of yourself across the board. You can't, and so she liked to drink, she drank wine, and over time that kind of stuff has an effect. But I want to read and I want to go through some some of what some of these women were saying, right? when it came to Shannon Sharpe. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. So some people, like one lady right here says, I know Ocho glad he had those shades on his face. I can imagine how his eyes look when Shannon Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe said something about young men on his show, and so that was, yeah, Shannon Sharpe did say something about dating he liked young men or something like that. Let me see. Heavy tongue Shannon got caught up uh listening. Let me see. As a faithful wino, these early shows are such a gift. Shannon will have to correct himself somehow. Seems like Shannon doesn't take his own advice. What does this one right here says? This is what Shannon Sharpe gets. This is what Shannon Sharpe gets for dating them. And I'm guessing that this one right here, I guess he's talking about like with Shannon Sharpe dating white women, right? And so that's another thing. Like, I don't, somebody else made the point that whether you date white women or black women or Asian women or Hispanic women, like this can happen, this type of situation can happen with any woman. Like if a man upsets a woman and she feels like she's scorned, I don't care if she's white or black, man. She's going to take any opportunity that she can to you know, to get some payback. So the race part of it, I wouldn't really I really wouldn't just say like, oh, okay, this is just white women or this is just this women. So yeah, but I see a lot of comments of women just, and that's mostly mainly their comments is that you know, saying that, this is what you get for messing with white women. And the thing about that is, like I said, this could be any woman that feel like she is scorned, and so that's why I say this. What's the young lady name? Tasha K really needs to be careful with this. She putting out all this negative energy and she's celebrating winos. We did it. Let me go back and see if I can get to the part where she said, winos, we did it, because that was funny because Tasha K has like I said, she got an interview with a young lady that was who dated, what was her name? Who dated Shannon Sharpe, right? And they dated for 10 years, and she said some graphic stuff. I'm not even gonna repeat it about what he liked to do, like far as sexually. But the thing about that, what people don't realize, if you was with somebody for 10 years and then you expose what y'all did for those 10 years, you participated in that stuff. So, no matter where he want you to put your fingers, you did it. That's a reflection of you too. You just can't say, "Oh, he freaky," because you participated in it. So that's why I don't get people thinking that, like, you in a relationship with Shannon Shaw for 10 years, you can't really out him with, without outing himself. And I'm trying to find what was this lady's name. I think her name was Michelle something. And I don't, yeah. So Shannon Sharpe, man, this whole situation though, I want to do probably like a live or something where as though I talk to people about, and I just talk about like the different layers that's going on with this situation, far as Shannon Sharpe. You got the like Shannon Sharpe saying it's about racism. Tony Bugsby only going after black men. Then you got the with Tasha K and all her winos, they mad at Shannon Sharpe because he don't deal with black women, they say. Then you got the situation where they say that like Shaq was a part of this and Shaq wanted to take him down, man. It's just, a lot going on with this. But with that being said, I guess if Shannon Sharpe didn't put himself in this position, then people would, they didn't take him down. The black women didn't take him down. Shaq didn't take him down. Tony Bugsby didn't take him down. It was Shannon Sharpe. It was his decisions and the things, his actions that really brought all of this stuff on him. So you can't say that, but people are gloating because a lot of people that don't appreciate Shannon Sharpe, or people that are jealous of Shannon Sharpe, really just they getting in their "I told you so's" right now. And so, and Tasha K is one of those people, but I think, like I said, she needs to really be careful herself, because when she started to go through some things, Tasha K was under a lot of pressure when she lost that $4 million judgment to Cardi B. And so once she realized that she could, she made a joke out of it, talking about she ain't got it, and she found ways to dodge that out, to dodge that situation, right? But people are looking to get back at her too, and so they just wait. People are just waiting for the opportunity for them to get back at Tasha K. So she gonna have to be careful how she move and all this stuff, because it just come back on you. And so that's my take on the situation with Tasha K and her winos being, happy about the situation that's going on with Shannon Sharpe. Just be careful, man. I think, like, when you are whether you like the person or not, gloating when somebody's going through something like this is not even really good for you as a person. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next video. Peace.